Screek. Yeah, I'm back.
217 on the track, man.
Yeah, looking like a trouble when I walked in the building. That mean I got something expensive. Know my friends, they killing. All these hoes I'm killing.
Advanced analytics in sports. Why are they so interesting? Why should you care about this? Well, if you don't like math, numbers, or sports, they might not be interesting to you, and maybe you shouldn't care about this. However, if you like sports, how they've changed, how they will change, or maybe you just want to learn more about something in this world, this is definitely something for you. More importantly, what exactly are advanced analytics? So advanced analytics are essentially statistics, which have been recently accepted into the sports community. With analytics in sports, people can understand why the people in sports do what they do. This new revolution of numbers creates a new way of looking at players, such as how much more efficient they are than the average replacement player. Of course, if the player is worse than average, then this number would be negative and they wouldn't be a very good player. This number is known as WAR, or wins above replacement, and is a big part of baseball. Baseball is one of the most advanced sports in terms of analytics and new data, as they've even implemented a new way to capture data called StatCast. StatCast is a system which was implemented into all 30 MLB parks and records every player's every move and the ball's every move as well. This leads to stats for batters such as launch angle and exit velocity, while also allowing players, fans, and front office members to see the trajectory of a hit. For a fielder, on the other hand, you would be able to look at maybe like maximum speed, reaction time, and whether or not the path of taking to the ball was a good one. StatCast's impact has made tremendous strides since its introduction 3 years ago. Many expected StatCast to be a complete failure, but coaches have decided that these numbers mean something, and players have started to talk about this data and how they could impact their ability to play. Not only do they offer a way for players to see what they've been doing wrong, but they also offer a way for players to see how lucky or unlucky they've actually been getting. With statistics like hit probability, players can see how probable it was that the ball in play turned into a hit. For a pitcher, this can help them see whether it was a good play by the fielders, or it was deserved by their own merit if they got an out. They could also see how unlucky they might have gotten if the ball was just hit into the right spot. This also goes the other way, as batters can tell how lucky they got if they got the hit, or how unlucky they got if they didn't. Many of the people who make decisions for sports teams, such as general managers and directors of player personnel, use this information to make their decisions. Such a decision was recently made when the Pittsburgh Pirates of the Major League of Baseball decided to move their all-star center fielder, Andrew McCutchen, from center field to right field. This decision was made using different data, including how fast the average throw was for each of the three Pirates outfielders. For McCutchen, the average throw came in at around 86 miles per hour. For the right fielder, Gregory Polanco, the average throw was a cool 86.6 miles per hour. For the left fielder, Starling Marte, the average throw came in at an MLB leading 97 miles per hour. Now, if you don't know baseball, right fielders tend to have the shortest throws to make, and usually they have the lowest throwing speed due to that. Similarly, left fielders usually have short throws to make and don't need exceptionally fast throws. However, center fielders usually have long throws home and need fast throws to get runners going home to save runs. Something as simple as moving two players about 100 feet or so can save a tremendous amount of runs, leading to a larger win total. And now if your team keeps winning, then your team can make the playoffs. And then if your team makes the playoffs, your team has a chance to win the World Series and actually make a difference. Not only does this help players on the field, but I could personally see this heavily affecting contract negotiations between players and teams. For example, the Arizona Diamondbacks third baseman Jake Lamb, had a pretty subpar season in 2015. However, in the offseason, he worked on changing his swing so he could square up to the ball better, hit it further, and faster. However, there wasn't a considerable impact on his batting average, OPS, or other stats that have been traditionally accepted by baseball statisticians to exhibit a player's true batting ability. This was a problem for Lamb, and just as he was about to change his swing again, he heard of a statistic. That statistic was that his exit velocity had the highest jump from 2015 to 2016. And even though his basic stats were the same, this showed his obvious potential to succeed. While this is something that can happen across the NBA and NFL as well, considering their similar system of contract negotiations, it could also work in other leagues with different systems of quote-unquote free agency, such as India's IPL. In the IPL, there is the cutthroat and savage system of auctioning on players. And it's not really the player's decision on where they want to go. It's mainly based off of who bids more for said player. In this case, it becomes the team's advantage to have these advanced statistics, as they can see how much potential a player truly has, and they can evaluate how much they're worth to their team. Overall, these numbers have changed how sports work for fans, players, and even for the teams themselves.